And welcome to my YouTube. I'm ALANCOOK, the proud owner of the MI-DION. The MI-DION is the older Mona Lisa. This is a younger Mona Lisa, age 17, is my belief. I've been doing this for about 7 years in the study of Leonardo da Vinci on my painting. This is a lost painting of Leonardo da Vinci of his diary. It has every story you can imagine that's in there, just like the Egyptians and the Indians used to do, with paintings on the walls telling their story of their life, that we have done over 2,000 years. He's done some checking and learning from the Chinese, and he has this art of doing knitting that he makes his canvases large. They're in my 700 plus YouTubes. There's over 3,800 images that so happen to be microscopic, such as this image is of his signature. And his signature is located approximately right here that you cannot see with the human eye. There's a lot of images like that. This image here is actually pulled out of this area, turned 90 degrees, that's in my painting of the X-ray of the Mona Lisa, well hidden within of the stories that are within my painting. The Mona Lisa itself has many hidden art and stories within it. It also has innuendos and a lot of sex. And that's Leo for you. He's a cartoonist, and as a cartoonist you can see that there's a man here with a shaft, and there's a man hanging off this L. This is an L, and it spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sur Pierre. And then he's got this like tuning fork, which I do believe stands for harmony. He also spells out Sali, and Sali lived with him till 1518, and Melzi Francesca lived with him till 1519. It actually has the MF off into the side. This is absolutely a true blue. There's no way anybody could duplicate or hide or even know what is hidden within the depths of the Mona Lisa. One layer of the Mona Lisa is like, I would say probably at least a third of a trillion images that are just in it. And he has hundreds. I would easily say, without a doubt, there's trillions of images within the Mona Lisa, smaller than probably is 10 to 20 times smaller than the pixels. It's a TV, and I'm going to show you some stuff, if you don't mind, real quick, and hoping that you guys give me a thumbs up. You tell your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your teachers, tell them you want an AAA+. I want to take that broken finger of yours and put it on to where you're able to hit that subscribe button, the view button, and pat me on the back. But you're not here to pat me on the back, but I can use it because I've been breaking my back for you. So with all that, I'm going to show you, this is an X-ray that has been changed in different colors. This is a bad filming for you to see, but I'm going to give you the worst out of it first. If you see that there's this white rose looking and this other tilted a rose like a lean back person, that so happens to be these guys. This guy, this woman, this guy is my belief. This guy, this woman, this guy, this woman, and it goes so on. See how he pitches them? Okay, Leonardo da Vinci makes this work move across the room, but I'm going to show you where this lies in this particular area, to be able for you to see a little bit better. If you see this notch that runs up for this L and it kicks, if you float this over and goes, it fits exactly within this notch. Okay, which is it's just only one out of probably 1,000 areas that his signatures are actually a trillion, because I do believe he signed his signatures to make the painting. If you take a look how the man here with the shaft, and you got this tuning fork, you put this on up, you can see how the tuning fork fits in this line right here. You'll also see how this man fits within the empty V. Okay, this is a very bad one, but you can also see how the man and the woman, here they are, they're there, but you can shift them, they're there, you can shift them, they're there, you can shift them, they're there. So So Leonardo da Vinci makes his signature go across the room. So don't give up on me. This is only one. Okay? Give me. Now here's the other X-ray of the Mona Lisa that they pulled off the internet, and it lies to where you're going to see that this triangle guy is the same as this triangle guy, and how he fits 100%. Perfect. Much better viewing, isn't it? Okay. Now you can see how the L is kicked over more so than from the side of the other. Again, because this one shows up on a different layer. And when you move it, it lines up also. You can see how this L is. You can see here. You can see how it makes the L. Watch. Okay? He gives you these signs. Now, if you actually see this curvature, okay, and you look right here and you see this curvature, if I made this bigger, it will fit within that curvature. It's the same pitch. If you take this image right here, it fits on her side of her face, which I'm going to show you also. But right now, we're going to stick with this for you to see for a second, okay? Because I don't want this to go too long for you, because you guys don't like long YouTubes. I do. I can go endless with this. You can see how it fits right here also. Okay? And also there's a number 1 symbol. This is a number 1 symbol with a notch, and it comes on down. You can see the number 1 symbol over here. Watch. See? Right here. Number 1 symbol with the notch. He does it in stars. Leonardo da Vinci's a trickster, kind of like cartoons, making you with a big old nose and funny floppy feet and skinny arms and a big fat neck or something of that sort. And then he would say he'll call you Pepe. He did have a Lapupi, I think his name was, and I do believe he used to call him Pepe. And Pepe loved him like you wouldn't believe. He just squeezed Leonardo da Vinci's face on the day of his death. I have his birth date, I have his death date, I have his loved ones. It was a 3-ring circus between Sali, Melzi, and Leonardo. I, again, have well over 700 YouTubes. If you take a look, you can see this guy right here. Not only is he here, he's also on this side. And that's the way Leo is. Now, let me put this down for you for a second over here and move this one. Now, I'm going to show you on the regular Mona how it fits, which is going to be pretty difficult because he hides it through the layers. But if you put this on up, you can see how he fits. He fits within the dog, he fits within the mountain, he fits within the other triangle, and that's Leo for you. I can slide this on over, and that's Leo. He gives you these, see how the eyes are around the stars? See how the stars are around the eye? Okay, he gives you these parts, these up and down locations that his artwork, because the Mona Lisa, if you pay attention to her, you'll see, for instance, maybe this might be a real good shot. If you see how there's an eye here, and there's an eye here, and an eye here, and an eye here, and then there's an eye here and here, and then here and here, and you share these like a distance, and sometimes you only need one eye. What he does, if you really pay attention, it's starting to look like a circle. That's what Leonardo da Vinci did with the Mona. He made her look all the way around. That's why she follows you across the room. It's in my YouTubes to talk about it in a little bit more detail. But as you can see, there's also this gentleman right here. I can see that how he would rise up in here, and you can also see how it spells out Sali. So when you put it up here, you can see the S's. You see the S blowing out of there? He spells S, and then he spells an A upside down, and then he does his L, as you can see, an L, okay? And then he does a little A, and then he does his I, and that's in the writing of the blue. But that's not just it. I know that's extremely difficult for you to see, but I do have other YouTubes that get heavier into detail. This is one of the newest finds within the last 3 days, that this microscopic image of Leonardo da Vinci's signature that is by the foot of the area in which I just told you about is in my painting. Now, if I take, again, this image and I slide this over, and I slide this over, and I move this back, okay, then I would have to take this and blow this up. But we're going to see how far I can get with it. Oh boy, I didn't get to hit the blank button, I button, for it to go big. But let's do this and see what happens, and give me a chance here. If you see the person here, this person here is a little boy with his arm crisscrossed, and it represents this guy because he's got the same crisscross. So he duplicates his work. If you see this triangle here, he duplicates his triangle. You see this triangle here, he duplicates this triangle, and this triangle, and this triangle, and then he does it in black. Then he does a portion of it in the same cut. See? Leonardo da Vinci had a secret numbers and codes. So if you make this L, and you float this L in the circumference of the face, and you put it in the right particular area, you can see how the eyes absolutely flow, how the circle fits within, and you can see how the stars getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So he starts with a small little face, one little dot, goes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. See them? Okay. Now, when you get this into the area, this is only one small little particular area. You'll find not only would you find my image there, you'll also find it over here, over here, over here. Watch it. Watch this L. Match up, because he makes this match up right into that empty slot. See? And then you can see the V here for this guy. And then you can see his line coming through here that matches the tip of her nose to the tip of the top of her hair. He curves it. He's got his numbers. Okay. You also got, if you see this guy, you also got this guy bleeding through on a section, but which is this guy. See this guy right here that's next to him? Watch. When you put him up, you can see this guy kicking over. So that means you can take this guy, you can flip this thing down, you can roll him on up, and you can go up to it. Whoa, I went too far. Wow, I thought it was much more. Sorry. Just a little bit more. There he is. He's right there also. See, because what he does is he follows that face. He wants the face to turn to the right or to the left. Now it gets even better. Hang on a second. If I take the Mona Lisa and I turn this Mona Lisa back over here and I put this guy back up here on the turn, you see the boy again, right? Okay, so if I make this boy again a little bigger and I match this up here into his turns with a straight line, you can see where this little boy has been. Okay, that's where he is. He's within here. He makes some turn. And the way I'm going to prove that to you is watch. This is where the little boy is. The little boy in the original painting, okay, the original painting, okay, this is I'll get to that in a moment, but this is where the boy is in the original painting. I've shown this in one of my other YouTubes. He's right over here. There he is. He's right there. That's the boy. Okay? That's this boy. Those are the two. They're identical. If I blow this up, maybe you see it a little bit better, and if I overlay them, I guarantee they fit. Okay? There, eyes and all, perfect. 100% fit. Leonardo da Vinci is a tricky guy. I know that's real blurry. Let me try to get that down for you to see it a little bit better. I'm going to reduce it because that image of the signature was a little bit lesser of quality that I do have of really great quality, but I didn't bring it out. I was kind of anxious. And as you can see, why? If you saw the image of the signature of Leonardo da Vinci and you wanted to get it out there, I guess you would kind of be in a little bit of a hurry too, wouldn't you? You know, and so I do have a I think a 50 or 100 megapixel image of it that should come out a lot clearer. But as you can see, there it is. It only took me 5 hours to get this stuff together. His eyes match 100%, the face, the turn, and if you pay attention to the body, which is even less, as you can see, and you take this and you reduce it again and you try to get it up there, you can see that it matches within the hidden works of Leonardo da Vinci in the Mona Lisa, because he hides his work. Now you got to remember, he was gay, and because he was gay, he was afraid to get killed or thrown in prison for the rest of his life, and that's what they did to you if they caught you. So he shared his love with the ones who knew how to read his work. If you take a look at these diamonds, you see how the diamonds flow? Look how the face flows. Okay, so he gives you these markings in, like, between the boy that turns into a girl. She turns into a girl, and at certain times you look at it, she's back to a boy again. It's boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So that, you know, how could you not want a kid that's a boy, girl? Okay, you got both, right? So anyway, you can see his signature also hidden in here. So this is what my belief. You can even see a line that gives you the lighter deal, but which is very difficult for you to see, but you can see some. But what I'm trying to tell you, and I'm going to put this down for a second, and I did have this image which is turned, and it has the elephant. It goes on with a lot of other of the YouTubes. If you subscribe, you'll learn a lot about it. The my belief is that he signed his name in his paintings all the time. So when you get the Mona Lisa and you take my particular painting of the signature and you place it everywhere, and we're talking everywhere, you sign it anywhere and everywhere, he has signed it, and he's done more. And I've showed you where he's done hearts, I've showed you where he signed his lover's name, and he's done it mega millions of times. My belief, actually a couple trillion times, that actually these pixels, which I call matrix dots, that are microscopic, that are turned into numbers and chemicals and codes and builds and knitting and shadows and lighting and his little tricks that I just can't tell you how he does it in, like, laminations. All I know is I can't tell you how he did this microscopic image. Microscopic, $15,000 microscope cannot see this image. It had to be pulled out with a 100 megapixel camera. Well, what I'm trying to tell you on that is that Leonardo da Vinci, I don't know how he did it, but you can't shoot me because I found it. You can't shoot me because I found it in the Mona Lisa. You can see in what I'm trying to tell you 100% that if you take a look at my signature, you can see the writings of how he would do it. If you flipped it upside down, you'll see it in the mountains, and you'll see the lines coming down. You'll see it in the mountains upside down. You'll see it in the curve of her head. That's where it is. No matter which way you turn it, even this way with the L to start, no matter this way, no matter what you do, it becomes a written out signature. And that's when they say, where's Leonardo da Vinci's signature? His signatures are not like what they have found in I beg the difference of what I'm about to say. They're not all just definitely what they show you on the net. What they show you on the net is just a slight taste. He's got things that are unbelievable. Now, if you take a also look of this twisted S, okay? that is actually right here. He twists it. And the proof is, if I can get this right here, and I'll go right to this x-ray right here, and I'll pull it up for you, and you'll see where I'm at with that twist. If you look at this, you can see how the twist starts in here. I'll give you even a better image. Watch this. There's even a better image in there that I have that is I think it's this one. No, forgive me, I'm moving slow, I know. Let's see how this one works for you. I should have planned ahead for it, but if you can actually see this twist, he starts off with this twist and he kicks it over here and he kicks it back over. He gives you this deal, and he's got this Hemin, which stands for diva woman. And don't forget, I showed you the x-ray of my man having the x-ray of the Mona Lisa inside the painting. And you can't say that I barely know how to crop or sew, in a sense of doing this type of work. So I don't know how anybody would say